Hare Krishna. Out of many misconceptions about Varnasrama, one of the misconceptions which is being recently widely being spread among ISKCON devotees is the concept of interdependence. The point which is being made is that the detailed rules of Varnasrama Dharma that are being given in Shrutis and Smritis are actually based on the principle of interdependence. So those details can be changed according to time, place and circumstance, while the principle of interdependence remains. This may, on face value, this may look a very logical proposal, but we will try to analyze this in this video. Just for the sake of easy understanding, first I will define interdependence. Interdependence means in a society when people work together, for every work persons are interdependent on each other. As is said, man is not an island. A single man living on an island cannot do majority of the things. When you are a society, there must be interdependence. So that's a common sense that every society or live society, any more than one people, if they want to gather together and do some work, then there is interdependence. For instance, if someone, for instance in ISKCON, book distributors are completely dependent on the cooks and the temple management. If they don't cook, then the book distributors can't eat, and then if they can't eat, they don't get energy to distribute books, and it's a common sense. So interdependence is a basic fundamental platform on which any activity or any society runs. So that is not denied, and that is must for any society. But the point which is being made is that because it is the basic fundamental platform on which every society and anything runs, so it must be more basic than the detailed rules of Varnasrama Dharma. That means that the detailed rules of Varnasrama Dharma are dependent on interdependence, and they may be changed based on how people behave in society. So that is what is a misconception which we will try to address in this video. First of all, Varnasrama is Dharma. It is defined as Dharma, and Dharma cannot change. It is Sanatana Dharma. It is also called Sanatana Dharma because it doesn't change. Now let us take a very simple example. For all the societies, actually I am not denying that interdependence is not required. For all the societies, interdependence is required. For any work to be done, interdependence is required. But the very idea that if the other person is acting in a different way, then we have to act in a similar way so as to be able to do some work. That's a principle of interdependence actually. To do some work, we have to cooperate. This is called cooperation. But that principle is not defining the Varnasrama Dharma, the codes which are there in Varnasrama Dharma. We will come to that. I will give a simple example. Say for example, there is a that everyone in the society becomes thieves. They become thieves. So a society will still run on the principle of interdependence, because everyone is a thief. So I will also have to learn thievery. I will have to start stealing things. So this is another economic arrangement. I steal your things, you steal my things, I steal someone else's things. For instance, in say for example in temples in India, we put our chappals outside. So many times thieves come and they take our chappals. So now if you can imagine that if in such a society they start taking away chappals, everyone start taking away, then also I have today one chappal, tomorrow I will have another. The society will run. There is no problem in that. But thievery does not become dharma. It still remains adharma. So the principle, the detail of what is dharma did not change. But if you say that dharma will change based on interdependence, then the thievery should become dharma. Similarly, asatya. Asatya means untruthfulness, speaking lie. So everyone is speaking lie in a society. Then you are forced to speak lie in order to get your things done. That's not denied. But that does not become dharma. Dharma is satya. But you are forced to do adharma. That's why someone is forced to do adharma if the whole society is doing adharma. So that's not right actually, but then that does not become dharma. And in this way you can just take thousands of examples. So a society may be formed on the basis of adharma, but very much in line with the principle of interdependence. A society may be formed completely on the basis of dharma and very much in line with interdependence. A society cannot be formed if it is not in line with interdependence. So interdependence is very much required, but that does not define dharma. It's a very important point to understand. The basis of dharma is what is right and what is wrong, what Krishna has ordained and what he has said not to do. These are vidhi and nishedha. So they are eternal truths that they can't be changed. This is right and this is wrong. Now a society may have been arranged in a way that one is forced to do wrong things and forced to not do right things. That is adharmic society. Still the interdependence will go on. Say in today's society, cheating or leave cheating. In today's society, it is the economic dealings are based on how much I will get, that type of understanding. Whatever economic transactions are there, so for every transaction, both the parties will think what benefit I will get. The society based on rights, my rights. And then also the economic things go on. Both parties try to extract as much benefit as possible for itself, and the price will still be controlled. Say I go to purchase mangoes, so the mango seller will want it 100 rupees a kg, to sell at 100 rupees a kg, and I want it at 50 rupees a kg. So in between will come at 75 rupees a kg after all. Now the same thing in a Vedic society, both the parties are thinking of not to take any obligation and give more to other. So now the same mango selling dealing will be that I will want to give 100 rupees and the seller will want to take only 50 rupees, and then both party will settle at 75. So thing goes on both. This is interdependence. But in the first case, it is adharma because their selfishness is there. While in the second case, it is dharma. Like this means in the first case, which society is better? Both societies are running, but the second society, which is the giving nature society, that develops all sattva guna qualities, good qualities. While the first nature will develop bad qualities. It will increase kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. So interdependence is always there, but it does not define varnashrama dharma or the rules of dharma or codes of dharma. Even a theist society will have interdependence. Every society has interdependence. So that we have to understand. So dharma is what Lord ordains, and that comes through shastras to us. And the very fundamental pillars of dharma are satya, daya, tapaha, shaucham, as we hear in Bhagavatam as well as many other scriptures and in Shishtachara. That truthfulness, satya, daya, mercy, tapaha, austerity, and shaucham, cleanliness. And then corresponding activities are there according to satya, daya, tapaha, shaucham. So now if a society is untruthful, all the people in the society are untruthful, then according to the principle of interdependence, we may also need to speak lies. But that speaking lie does not become dharma. You cannot say that now dharma is asatya. The pillar of dharma which was satya, now it has to be changed to asatya because otherwise people will exploit us. And that's the truth. Yes, people will exploit us because this is society. Society depends on interdependence. And if the other party is always speaking lie, which is a normal case in corporates, for all politics is there. So we have to speak lie in order to get things done. But that does not become dharma. It cannot be said that because of this now the pillar of dharma, instead of satya, it should become asatya. So that we have to clearly understand. Dharma does not depend on interdependence. The dharma is defined and it remains like that. Interdependence is basis of interdependence is a fundamental platform on which societies work, but that adharmic societies also work on interdependence. So that is to be understood. And I will take one example which such devotees give who try to redefine Varnasrama based on interdependence. They say that in Vedic times, women, in Vedic, the relationship between men and women, of husband and wife, that is an interdependent relationship, as is every relationship is interdependent. So this is also interdependent relationship. So in Vedic times, husbands were trained to be good husbands and not leave the wife alone, leave them and run away. And then wives were also trained to be submissive to husband, and that's why they were not given any training for being independent, but they were always dependent on father, husband and elder son, because their fathers, husbands and elder sons were trained to take care of them properly. So that was dharma. So the protection of women was the principle, and that was manifested in the detail of protecting them by the medium of, by being under a father, husband and elder son. Now in today's age, now this is an interdependent relationship. So if the husband doesn't take care, then what will happen to that wife? She will not be protected. So in previous times, because they were trained, so father did not need to think of his daughter that she will be married to some husband who will leave her away, then who will be protecting her, like that. He did not need to think. So now, because in today's age, majority, especially in countries which are not Indian, so their majority of husbands, they are not very responsible, and so there are always chances that there will be divorces, and he may run away, leaving the wife alone. So then women need to be given independence, or you can say they need to be given training, so that in case the husband leaves, then she is able to earn and be independent, be on her legs. So this is a logical proposal, as we said, that yes, so interdependence, sometimes something may need to be done because of such things, such situations. So then the society will run, otherwise society will have some problems, and which we are facing now. But then the devotee goes on to say that now, so because it is this, so the same principle of protection of women, which was manifesting as father taking care, husband taking care, and elder son taking care, manifests as dharma in today's age by making women independent, making them study in schools, colleges, and getting jobs, so that in case the husband leaves, then she can leave. Now this is completely a wrong understanding, it is a misunderstanding, because here by saying this, dharma is redefined. Remember, interdependence is there, yes, because of that if you do like this, then the society will run, that is there. But this society is the society of adharmi people, so you want to run the society of adharmi people, there also interdependence is there. So then it could be said that it is adharma what you are doing by making women independent. You cannot say that now this has become dharma. Dharma remains dharma, women cannot be independent. But now you have made a society of adharma and you are depending on that, so in that interdependence you are forced to perform adharma. So that's completely wrong to say that making women independent in this society, adharmic society, because of interdependence, is making women independent in this society is a manifestation of the same principle of protection of women which was there in Varnasrama Dharma. This is a wrong understanding. It is redefining Varnasrama Dharma as actually Varnasrama Adharma. You cannot say Varnasrama Adharma because Varnasrama means Dharma, but you can say that you are defining Adharma actually as Varnasrama Dharma. So it will be good to not redefine Varnasrama. Take it as it is, as Srila Prabhupada taught us, and as it is there in the Shastras. Now you can say that it is difficult to follow nowadays, but then that means we are recognizing that there is something like Dharma which is defined, we don't need to redefine it, and it is difficult to follow. So then we will try to make ways, path, adjustments. We will try to find out ways by which we will be able to reach that platform when we will be able to follow the Dharma. But if we redefine it, then the aim is changed, then the goal is changed, and when the goal is changed, then everything is lost. So that's why we should understand. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.